Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my brand new series, which is going to be called How to Play Scum in 2023. And the first video is going to be what is the best build in Scum in 2023. Now, for all of you that wants a very, very quick answer, the best build in Scum at the moment is advanced melee weapons, advanced running, advanced thievery, and advanced medical. Okay? And I'm now going to explain to you why. And the series will be quite short. I don't think any video will be above 20 minutes. So I'll try and make it as fast as possible. Okay, so we've got a character here with no skills. As you guys can see, I've picked no skills. So the reason that I take advanced melee weapons in the strength attribute is because you can level up archery and rifles and handguns very, very, very fast. The only reason why you would start with advanced rifles is because the puppet numbers are very, very, very low on the server. Like, you struggle to find puppets. So if you play on a server with a very low puppet count, then taking advanced rifles will be better than taking advanced melee weapons. But if you're willing to be a survival game player, like if you're willing to grind, then melee weapons will always be your best option. If you're a casual PvPer, then rifles will be your best option. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here is the best melee weapon in the game at the moment is improvised metal spear. That's the best one you can craft at the moment. The metal sword is also good, but the metal spear is very good for keeping puppets at a distance. And then two weapons that you can get quite easily is a two-handed axe and a sledgehammer. And I'm just going to give you an example of the difference. And I'm going to spawn in the best puppet in the game to make it quite easy for you guys to understand. So this is an armored puppet. I've got no melee skill. Okay, I'm going to hit him once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times. And I'm sitting, and I went to about 78% on my stamina bar. The stamina bar is the little guy running. The reason why you want to focus on your stamina bar is because the lower your stamina goes, the softer you hit, the less damage you do. Okay, so that was about 10 shots. Now we're going to take the two-handed axe. We're going to take the same puppet, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, half the shots, and our stamina went to about 80%. And then I'm going to take the sledgehammer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our stamina went to 68% there. So clearly the sledgehammer had a much, much bigger effect on us. Okay? And now I'm going to show you guys why I say the archery skill is very easy to level up. So here we have a 20-pound bow that you can craft very, very easily in the crafting menu. Okay, it's one long stick, improvised rope, and a stone knife or any cutting tool. I'm going to spawn in a puppet and just show you guys that I've got 0 archery skill. Okay, going to spawn in the same puppet. Going to shoot him. Start by shooting him in the leg. 1, 2, 3, and then in the head. That gives us 10% archery skill. So if I kill, and I can just retrieve my arrows, it's as easy as that, okay? And I can search him if he didn't give me back all the arrows. So that now I can get all the arrows back from him. So if I kill 10 puppets like this, I'm at basic. You guys can imagine to yourself how fast that is. So because it's so extremely fast, you'll get to medium quite fast, and then over time you'll get to advanced. But from medium, you'll be very, very fast with the bow. Okay? But you can still get to advanced if you want to keep using the bow. But you can get to basic and medium very, very fast to be efficient at the bow. And then later you can switch to rifles. How difficult is it to level up the rifle skill? Well, let's see. Okay, all you need is a Hunter 85, which people can find quite easily, a Hunter suppressor that you'll probably have to buy or find, and a Hunter 85 magazine, and about, just buy .22 ammo. That's not very expensive at all. Now, it's very important to shoot puppets without a sight, because you can shoot puppets with like with a sight but not a scope. As soon as you use an ACOG or a scope, then you're leveling up sniping instead of rifles. Okay, but again, we're going to spawn in that puppet, and then I'm going to show you. 1 in the leg, 2 in the leg, 3 in the leg, 1 in the head. And we're at 11% rifles. Okay? So, archery and rifles is very, 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 very easy to level up. And handguns are very, very easy to level up as well. Okay? And that's why we're going for advanced melee weapons. Again, if you're a PvP focused player and you think you're going to start using guns as fast as possible, then rifles is your best build. But for any survival game enthusiast that loves the grind and what a survival game is about, melee weapons is by far your best. Okay, so why is running your best skill to take in Constitution, in the Constitution attribute? First of all, with 0 running, your consumption rate of stamina is minus 50%. Okay, so you're using 50% more stamina when you're running, and your jog speed and running speed is not increased at all. As you can see, my run speed is 25.8 and my jog speed is 14.2. Okay, and then the endurance also has an effect. Your recovery rate is minus 10%, and your energy and water usage is 50% faster. But most of the grinding that you're going to do in the game, most of the things that you have to do to level up your skills, most of the things that you have to do to build your base, most of the times when you run with full gear on you, most of the time when you go looting and carry a bunch of scrap metal or on you, on a lot of gear on you, you are leveling up your endurance. And once you've got a vehicle, you are going to run very, very little. And as if you don't know, the best way to level up all your attributes except for intelligence at the moment is to fill up a wheelbarrow with logs completely full, then put a log and a branch on in your hiking backpack, and then walk in a circle. Okay, I've got videos on that, but we're just talking about the build right now. So we are here at the shooting range. I'm gonna run and show you guys the effect of it. Okay, so we're running. We're gonna see how soon we run out of stamina. So here we go. We've got 10% stamina left. We're gonna hit it when we're 5%. Okay, we're 5% at 600 meters. Okay, so once again, if you are a survival game enthusiast, you take advanced running. If you don't want to worry too much about eating and drinking, and you're not really interested in the survival aspects and you just want to have fun, then sure enough, take advanced endurance, because you are going to be using energy and water a lot less. Okay? It's completely up to you. But for a survival game player, running is the best. Now let's move on to dexterity. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an overlay over the screen right now that's gonna show you a lock picking chart. What the differences are in your skill level, what the differences are between the 3 different lock picks. Okay, so at the top, you can clearly see that when you look at the lock picking duration, then you can see from no skill to basic to medium to advanced is roughly the same. Okay, so the increments at which you're getting more time to pick the lock changes roughly the same, about 10% all the time. But when you look at the top right where it says opening angle threshold, so that's how big is the area that you have to find to open the lock, then you'll see from 0.75, there's a major jump. So from no skill to basic, there's a major jump. Okay, you can even see it with the gold lock. Gold lock says 0.2. When you go to basic, you get a 0.825 opening angle where the lock will open. So to practice lock picking with no lock picking skill, the spot that you will be able to open the lock with is 86% smaller or 83% smaller than it is with no skill. Okay. And then it goes up incrementally by 10%. But you guys can take a screenshot of this. You guys can see what the differences are. So the only big difference is from no skill in thievery to basic, you get an 86% improvement to how big the sweet spot is for you to open the lock. All the others only gives you an average of a 10% improvement. Okay, even with the improvised lockpick and the medium lockpick and the advanced lockpick, if you look at the changes in the breaking time, it improves by about 10%. But again, although it just improves by 10%, if you go from no skill with an improvised lock, then you're sitting with 0.35. Okay, you're sitting with 350 split seconds before the lock breaks. Whereas if you're using an advanced lock pick, okay, with advanced thievery, you're getting 550 split seconds. That's almost double the time that you're getting before the lock breaks. Now include your ping. Your ping is also measured in milliseconds. Okay, so I play with a ping of 200. So if I've got no thievery skill and I'm using an improvised lockpick and I try and lockpick a gold, I'm getting the 200 ping minus the 350 split seconds. I'm getting about 150 split seconds with an improvised lockpick. But when I start with advanced, okay, instead of getting 150, if I start with advanced thievery, then it's 200 millisecond ping minus 450 split seconds. So now I'm getting 250 split seconds to open that lock. And then again, if I move to an advanced lockpick, okay? So all of these things makes a major change. And now I'm going to show you a chart that I made in Excel just to let you guys visually understand it a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to give you the chart that I did in Excel. So you guys can clearly see when it comes to the lock picking time, the changes in skill at the top, okay, lock picking time. The changes in skill goes up incrementally by 10%. Then if we go to opening threshold, you can see from no skill to basic, there's a major difference in the sweet spot. Whereas when you look at medium and advanced, yes, from basic to advanced, there's about a 20% difference because I'm giving you guys the percentages. But you can see from no skill to basic, there's an 83% difference in the sweet spot size. That is why thievery is terrible to level up, even if you have some skill in thievery, where all the other changes is an average of 10%. But again, from basic to advanced, there's a 20% difference. From no skill to advanced, there's 100% difference. Okay? And the same with everything else. Yes, between basic and medium, when you go to pick breaking time, how long it takes for your lockpick to break, it's only a 10% difference. But if you go from no skill to advanced, it's a 30% difference. Okay. Same with the lockpick that you're using. If you're using improvised lockpick, then you're getting the times that you're seeing above, okay, with the iron lock. But when you look at the extra time, when you go from an improvised one to an advanced, you're getting 20% more time, okay, before your lockpick breaks. So that's the reasons that I want to give you guys. It's just so that you guys understand that the only two skills that are very, very important in dexterity is thievery and stealth. Those two are quite difficult to level up. Driving and motorcycling, you level up naturally. There's not a big difference. Demolition, you can level up to medium very naturally by just cutting wires. It's only going to start being a grind from medium to advanced. Throwing, you can level up very easily by picking up snowballs or potatoes and throwing puppets. You're throwing puppets with the snowballs or the potatoes all day long. And then aviation is easy as well as soon as they bring back the planes. Then if we're looking at intelligence, the reason I take medical is because medical is by far the most difficult skill to level up. And the medical skill makes a major, major difference when it comes to healing time. Okay? So let me demonstrate that to you. Okay. Hopefully he gave me a C4. Yes, he gave me a C4. So without a medical skill, you have to use 5 bandages or 5 antiseptic rags. If you're using normal clean rags that have different durability percentages, you'll use a ton more. But we're using the standard of bandages with the C4 wound. You need 5 bandages to heal a C4 wound. Now, imagine you get shot twice by a sentry, or you get shot twice by a player, and you're left with like 20 or 15% health. The difference between you dying and living, even if you won the fight, or even if you got away from the sentry, okay? And the only difference between you dying and living is how fast you can heal yourself. First of all, you're going to need 5 bandages, which takes up 5 slots, okay, in your inventory. Yes, you can make a bundle of rags, but if you don't want a bundle of rags that are different percentages, because if to heal a C4 wound with rags, if every rag has only got a 33% durability, then 3 rags of 33% durability is only going to be worth 1 bandage of 100%. So you're going to have to use 15 rags of 33% durability to heal a C4 wound. So I'm using the best example where you're actually prepared, but you still have to carry like 10 bandages on you to make sure you don't die if you get hit twice by a sentry or twice by a player. That is a major, major difference. And when we look at the intelligence tree, awareness can be leveled up very, very fast, which I have showcased on my skill leveling guide, and I've showcased it in my interactive guide. Camouflage is extremely easy. Cooking is easy. Sniping is easy because you just use the hunter with a scope, you know. Where I showed you to do it without a scope. Survival and engineering you're going to do naturally. Survival you're going to do naturally when you build a base because you're chopping down a bunch of trees and stuff. And then engineering you're going to do very easy when you just add planks to the single door frame until you hit basic, and then you add planks to the wheelbarrow blueprint until you hit advanced. Okay, and then farming you just pour water onto a farm. But medical takes insanely long, and there's a major difference in survivability, you know, with how many rags you have to use on you. So to finish this video, let me show you guys the difference between not having these skills and having these skills. Okay, here we are with my recommended build. Advanced melee weapons, advanced running, which is now only using 20% less stamina from running or jogging, okay? And we are running 15% faster from 25 kilometers per hour to about 29 point something kilometers per hour, okay, which is quite a difference. Okay, quite a difference. You guys can calculate what the difference is on that, but clearly you can see from 25 point something to 29 point something, you're getting around a lot faster. And then, so your jogging speed and your running speed is increasing, and of course, you're using less stamina, which I will showcase to you now. But let's look at the difference with melee weapons, which you are going to need if you ever die and you have to run back to your body. You're going to need it to kill puppets, and you can even use it to kill a player. Okay, so we're going to spawn in a military puppet, and we're going to manage our stamina again. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, only 9 shots. But another thing to witness is how fast we can hit. Okay, we can hit very, very fast. Okay, so it took 4 shots with an axe, and it took 4 shots with a sledgehammer, which is probably going to take again, but I want you to notice a very, very big difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we hit very, very, very fast there. So let's just try that again. We're gonna hit him once, twice, and then. Okay, so recognize the double swing. That is very, very, very powerful. Okay, sledgehammer definitely took 4, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but we're going 1. There's a double swing, so we're swinging once, we're swinging twice, and then we're swinging 2 times usually if we take on a puppet. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the swing speed is a lot faster. So that's the main thing. You can kill puppets much, much faster, and that double swing, if you move into the double swing, it will make a difference. I'm going to move into him. Okay? It will make a major difference. Now let's look at the running. Okay, so here we go. Last time we hit the 600 mark. Let's go. And here we go. We got to stop when we hit 5%. There we go. There's the 1,000 meter mark, ladies and gentlemen. So the difference between 600 meters and almost 1,000 meters, okay? The difference between 600 and 900 meters is 50%. You run 50% further, plus you run 20% faster. Okay? It makes a major difference in getting around the map. You're getting around the map 20% faster, and you can keep running more about 60. Okay, you can do the maths on that as well. It's about 60 to 65% further, making a major difference. I'm not going to explain the lock picking again. I'll just give it. I showed you guys the chart. Okay, so if we remember the charts, then from no skill to advanced, your sweet spot is 100% bigger on all different locks. Of course, the sweet spot will be smaller depending on the lock. Like a gold lock sweet spot will be a lot smaller than an iron lock. Okay, but it will still be 100% bigger than it will be with no skill. And then the time that it will take your lockpick to break it will take 30% longer for your lockpick to break because you've got advanced thievery, and it will take 20% longer for your lockpick to break if you're using an advanced lockpick. Okay, which gives you 50% more time to find the sweet spot with feathering. Okay, and if you don't know what feathering is, just type in Motex Scum Lockpicking in YouTube, and he's got a perfect video to explain feathering to you. Okay, but you've got 50% more time to find that sweet spot from no skill to advanced. And now, to finalize the video, let's look at how important medical is. Okay, here we go. Exactly the same situation. The sentry will see me if I go into the hole of the gate. And even with no stealth, I can still run. I just have to focus on the distance that I am from him. So now I'm going to alert him. Okay, there I've alerted him. Now I'm going to get shot. I hope he doesn't shoot me again. There's one C4. 1, 2. Look how fast I'm healing. You can see what my health was before I started healing and what my health is after I start healing. You can save your life even if you've got 5% health left, guys, with advanced. Okay? And when you lie down, I've done the research for you guys. When you lie down, your healing speed is roughly the same. Okay, but it definitely looks way faster. So your stabilization speed is faster. Your healing speed isn't really faster, but your stabilization speed is much faster. You can test this on any server. This is my test server that I'm doing this on. So the time that you're wasting after you've been hit by a player or after you've been hit by a sentry, the time it takes you to get into recovery so that you can start running around again and getting the loot from the guy or keep, looting the place again, it's much, much, much slower. Like imagine you're at a cargo drop, the guy shoots you, you kill him, but you can't run to go get his loot, and you're at the cargo drop. It's a dangerous area. If you have to lie down with no medical, it's going to take you very, very, very long to get to his loot, okay? And as we know at the moment, if a guy dies twice on purpose, then his body disappears, which the devs will hopefully fix at some point. Don't know if they fix it yet. But as you guys can see, I'm talking to you right now. And any of you that has been shot with a C4 injury and has laid down with no medical skill will definitely know that it never stabilizes this fast. You're going to heal at the same rate. Okay, because even with no medical skill, it doesn't say 2.0, but it will say like 1.8, and 1.999. But the stabilization time is extremely fast. And now you can get up. You won't be able to open the wound, okay? And you can start looting and stuff like that, because you can only open your wound while it's still in stabilization. And as soon as you get to about 50%, you will start running again. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this new series, and if you're enjoying the format and the time of the video, please do me a favor and click that like button to show me that you like everything about the length of the video and the way I'm explaining things. And then again, as always, if you want to see and learn everything there is to see and learn about Scum, then click that subscribe button. See you guys next time, where I'll take you guys through all the steps in a short form video so that you are 100% ready for the 0.9 update and you can survive effectively. We're at 50% health and we can run around. Most of the time when you get to 50% health, you can run around again and you can get back into action and you can do some stupid things. And now that we've got advanced medical, we're not that scared of a sentry. A sentry is not going to destroy our playing experience. and we're more comfortable, okay? It's not like a sentry will destroy our playing experience if he shoots us. And we lie down to increase the rate at which we regain our stamina. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys next time. Cheers. If you've got any questions, leave it down in the comments.